So you can just put the depth of like this. It's like a compass. You know what I'm saying? Give or take, like that's their formatting. Yeah, then it's just intrinsically does that, but it's on some depth. And so that. Yeah, it's like the Gobstopper, but on steroids. They're signing in with my bike on off rip. This would be a terrible Tide commercial if I had to do it because I just put my bike down. I think the security code is saying that someone would grab it, so their social security number ID is grabbing my bike ID, and so I think if I don't like it up, then that would be a Tide commercial. His bike is SOL. That's the only way that I've find him is if like he has a black bike and he's gonna be at the same spot, which was Limekiln. Unfortunately, in this situation, nothing yet. And they rake the baseball field every day, like 3 times. I mean, every day. And they get paid to do that with a go-kart. And it blows dust everywhere, and there's already so much cotton in the outfield. I mean, beyond the fence, the trees just push it, and it's like a visual key, like animation scene. It just looks like snow falling. Like, with ashes inside Alice 9's PV where it had the gray backdrop and he walked into it. Like the same thing where the Psycho Lisa was all walking into the background in their PV in a single file line away from the camera. If you find this behind a park bench, imagine this was a bench of a bicycle rack and this was behind it and it was metal. It's the size of wood. If you break off the back of it with its bunch of bark on it and it's hollowed out. If you could turn ceramics into like throwing stars, but just the tips of it, like if you could change logs into petrified wood and like rocks and shatter it like ceramic and file it down like ice, it would be like Sub-Zero or Noob Saibot. If Noob Saibot could put ceramic tips at the edge of his throwing stars and you can throw 5 at a time. Yo, how took off again. Come on, bees. I keep missing them. What, this guy, come on, bee. Lame shot. There's some B-rail. It's hilarious, right? When something's taking what nectar is to a bee, that's pollen, put 2 and 2 together, a process. Processing's huge, and in the manufacturing, when the supply chain's broken, it's nationwide, if not global. And we can all suggest what this might mean when honeybees are endangered. We'll have to put 3 and 3 together for this, so we're inclusive of a third derivative. I went into it, a giant rant on paper, and to elaborate this with like art and depiction, I'm gonna need a graphics team, and I don't have them, so I'm gonna draw this up later. But integers, when they're negative, they go from a default of 0, but they don't graze them because integers, I think they include 0, but if they're not 0, it's like not an I single batted because, you know, it's a negative integer that isn't 0. So like a honeybee in Wisconsin, not affected by an endangered honeybee globally. We're putting 2 and 2 together tonight, folks. Tune in.